Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Nikita Antoine and today we'll be doing a message for the sign of Pisces. As always, Pisces, all of the readings, they are timeless. So when the message finds you and resonates, then it is yours at the time in which you find it. Pisces, we have just begun Virgo season. So here's kind of like a snapshot of what the Piscean energy is going to be experiencing throughout the season. I'm very inclined to say that even though your sun might be in Pisces, to also look at your other signs, like your rising sign, your moon sign, your Venus, all of those signs, because they're going to coordinate to different aspects in your life, for instance. Yeah, so I've done your spread today with my old classic ordinary deck, the one I always use. It's the Ethereal Visions, the Dreamscape Oracle, and the Luna Tarot. So you'll be seeing all three of those in your spread today. Let's see. So Pisces, the Piscean essence. It seems as though you're like about to meet someone. It looks like someone that is very similar to you. Nothing romantic about this. It's more coming through as somebody who you would be able to like identify with, like a friend, someone who's going through a very similar situation to you. And so there's a lot of relation that can come from that experience. There's been, so far, at least where we are in the moon and how the sun has been looking, so far there's been a lot of message of like leaning on your friends, finding even the differences between you and other people, and learning how to do something a little bit differently than how you have been doing it, so that you can get some, I guess, better results in a sense. Yeah, like using what they're showcasing to you as a benefit, as something that you can perhaps maybe even change within your own life to get what you're seeking. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have Strength card. Okay, automatically. So, okay, well, this card typically comes with a message of royalty. It comes with a message of royalty. So the underlying energy, the energy that is supporting you, is a sense of knowing that you are of a royal family. Like it's like your bloodline is, well, it's of royalty. You have a royal bloodline. It's very interesting. And then the secondary message that's coming through this is, you see how there's like different colors in the cloth and the pattern. It's referring to things that are cut from different cloths and like attaching them to one another. So it's kind of bringing up like that friend idea, that you might be meeting someone who's cut from a different cloth, and like learning about them, learning how your experiences are so similar, yet you're cut from a different cloth. And with the idea of royalty and being cut from a different cloth, it's like you might be meeting someone who is like less fortunate than you. They might reside in a different actually what's coming through is like bracket of society. They're like, for instance, like a class. There's a class difference between you and this individual that you're meeting. Like one might be of the lower class and you're of the higher class. So there's a disparity dis disposition, no, disparity, no, it's I don't know, I'm trying to pull out a word, it's not coming to me, but there's a difference between your classes, except for you're going to find that both of you are experiencing very similar things. And it's like the purpose of your meeting is so that you can recognize your own strength. It's like it's being reflected back at you in another individual, regardless of whatever cloth you're cut from. Okay, so let's see, on the split, the bridging energy, I love this. I love this. Okay. We have the spring, and the spring showed up in the solar enclosure, the Virgo seasonal reading, as an energy that has been like watching over us as a collective. So it's showing up here again as well. I'm trying to see if this is the other person. I'm just noticing how they're both sitting in a very similar position. Okay, so it's coming through as like this person has been watching you, watching your development, watching your strengths unfold. And I say that because I often see this pool down here as like a screen that you watch. Well, this individual watches, like the collective watches over the collective, but here it's coming more through an internalized, like it's coming through as an individual versus a collective. So it's like there's a person that has been watching you for a while, and they are admiring the unfolding of your abilities and your strength. And the spring also comes with a message of that they're wanting to like bestow abundance onto the situation. That's how it was referring to in the Virgo reading. So it's like there's someone who's wanting to like give you a lot of love. There's a lot of love. They want to nurture you, bring you into fullness. There's a lot of like there's a lot of appreciation that is wanting to be given to you from this other individual. And it's in a over like an overabundance of it. It's very the cup is overflowing. They're because they've witnessed you and your beautiful strength, and they've seen it. It's like they've seen it develop. They've seen your class develop. It's like it's filling their cup up, and they're wanting to give the overflow like back to you. So they're wanting to express, it's coming through as like gratitude. And whatever it is, it's like you're both cut from different cloths. I'm noticing here how she's in the stars and this one is more like on land. So that's the differences between the classes. So it could even be something as like, the spring, there's been a lot of goddess energy that's coming through as well. So it could even be a goddess that wants to contact you. It might be showing up through like playing through an individual. And whatever they're doing, they're giving you, it's like they're giving, because it's like you're in a royal position and they're wanting to give They're wanting to give to you. And so it might look small. It might look like a very small package or a small gift, but it has a lot of meaning and depth and love behind it. Okay, so let's see the overall energy for your message. So we have the Queen of Swords as the overall energy. Your overall energy is the Queen of Swords. Okay. I'm just trying to like navigate this. It's kind of like in that Virgo seasonal reading. It was like the last card. I didn't want to pick it up, but here we are. Here we are. You're in the Queen of Swords. So it's like there's something has happened that has, you know, your Pisces, this energy is very out of character for Pisces. So you're in a place that's just, it's not who you naturally are. It's like your waters have been locked down. Something about that. Like your energy has been locked down. It's actually coming through as like being in a not so great place, like being in a low place, even though you are of this like royalness, you're of this royal bloodline. So you're meant to be in a higher class, but there's something about where you find yourself presently that is like it's locking down your energy and perhaps positioning you in a lower class. So even though you are of the royal family, it's like there's an experience here for you that is putting you in a position where you would be actually meeting this one, because it's like otherwise you wouldn't have met them, because you typically don't go into that place. So it's like you wouldn't have met unless your class was like dropped, something like that. And what's fascinating here is that you're in a place where it's like your energy, your waters, your natural Piscean energy has been locked down. And so it's like whenever they come in, and it's like they're adding to the wealth of your state. It's coming through with like a dam. It's like your energy has been dammed up, and they're coming in, and it's like all of the water is going to flow through you and like rejuvenate you, restore you to they're going to help to restore your strength. Okay. So, it's really beautiful. So you are showing up here as the Selkie. It's a very, very gorgeous energy. You're in a vulnerable position because I'm seeing you, it's like you're removing the cloaks that would signify your position, and you're actually moving into a different place. You're moving into a world that it's like you wouldn't naturally be there. The Selkie is, well, she's a water creature. She lives under the water. She does have the ability to shapeshift and the ability to move, between realms, like moving up to the land, but her home is in the water. And there's something here about how you're finding yourself in a place that's like is you're not home. You're not home anymore. And there is a sense of like homesickness is what I'm seeing, because you're in this place, but you're also looking back down into the water, and like you're clutching on to the the things that remind you of home. You're not wanting to lose those things, because if you were to lose those things, it's like you would be completely naked, you would be exposed all the way out there. And it doesn't, for you, at least in this moment in time, it's like it doesn't feel safe for you to do this. I'm not saying that it isn't safe, just that the increase in vulnerability that you're experiencing, it's like it's just you want to be surrounded by all the things that remind you of home, and yet they're not there. And so it's like it's making you feel unsafe. But there's an energy here. That's why this person is coming in, because they're showing here as the star. This is gorgeous because it's like that class difference. So they're showing up as the star, and the star is an energy of like they're actually very comfortable in this position, in a position of where they're they've removed it's like they've removed their house clothes, which is talking about they've kind of separated themselves from the notion of home, and they've gotten to a place where this is very comfortable for them. They're not they're not clutching on to the things that once were. They're actually kind of like really relaxed and enjoying this space. It's coming through as very innocent and playful and just really light. It's like she's just kicking her feet in the water. It's beautiful. It's she's seeing the fish in the water and seeing the entire landscape around her, and just enjoying the beauty of where she finds herself. So it's almost as if when you meet this individual, they're reminding you of your strength. It's like they're helping to build they're helping to build your strength up, to build your confidence up, to like bring you back to a place where you feel safe within your own skin. And that's what it's like. They've been there. Perhaps they've been there for a while. That's what this was kind of talking about. Like they've been there for a while watching over you. And it's like now they're seeing, okay, it's perhaps like maybe they've been wanting to get in contact with you. They've been wanting to reach out because they've been watching you, and they haven't seen an opening, a way to reach you. But it's like whatever situation you're going through now is kind of like it's the perfect opportunity for them to finally make contact, because it's like they see something very similar in you that they can assist you with. It's like perhaps maybe you're the type of person that doesn't really ask for help, can kind of do things on your own, And it's like this one here is like, okay, yeah, they need help now. So now I can go in, right? It's something along those lines. Maybe it's like you're not even necessarily asking for it, but they can already, it's like they can see that you need it. So where you are coming from, it's like this is like an energy that you're leaving behind. So you're coming from this magician energy here. And I'm making the correlation. It's like both of you are coming from places that are very similar. It's like there's a similar aspect between both of them. I'm seeing the magician on one side. This is like your side, and then their side they have this hangman. So this one is coming through as it's the energy that you are seeing inside the water. This magician has come, it's come in a couple readings as like someone who's coming up through a portal, but for you it's like you're seeing this image rising up out of the water. So it's talking about your home, what you deem as your home is, it's like it's calling you back home. It's wanting you to come back, and it's like it's beckoning you to come back into their space. It could be it's coming through as home, so it might be a place, it could be an individual. um it's characterized by the magician, so it's something that you see as having all of the things that you need to live a live a fruitful life, because they have, it's like they have all of the ingredients to be able to make anything really. And it's like what I'm seeing here is you're actually like turning away from it. You're turning away from it. So it's trying to entice you back in, but you're actively turning away from it. This is you're out of your comfort zone. This is actually a good thing. You're out of your comfort zone. It is like kind of shutting your energy down a little bit, but it's like once you step out of that comfort place, the place that you see as home, it's like suddenly you meet this other individual, and they're going through a very similar thing as well, because they have this hangman that seems to drop in. It's like it's coming from the sky. See how they're it's like they're dropping in behind them. So it's like both of you have energies that are trying to entice you back to where you used to be, back into your comfort zone. It's not coming through as something necessarily that is like bad. It's not a bad thing to be in your comfort zone, but that's what I was referring to, is that you two would not have met unless this was happening, unless both of you were out of your comfort zones and both of you were in experiencing very similar things that would essentially be able to like start a conversation between you both. It's like you can both relate to one another, and it's like this conversation as it continues and as you both express like the things that are trying to entice you back into your comfort zone, back into a space that you perhaps formerly saw as home. It's like it's building the connection between you, and suddenly you're feeling a lot safer in this space. It's like they're shoring up your energy. whatever this interaction is, it's like it's helping to restore, it's helping to restore your strength, and it's also helping to, like, it's watering you. It's like you feel this energy here, this Queen of Swords is very dry. It's very dry and cut and direct, and it's just it's not where you would want to find yourself. And so when this energy comes in, it's like it waters you and brings you back to a place where you're revitalized and and starting to feel comfortable in this more vulnerable place that you find yourself. Very interesting. Okay, Pisces, if that resonated for you, please follow along. I'm going to be pulling some more cards and doing an extended reading, so you'll find that in the description box. Also, since we're now in Virgo season, take a look at the Virgo seasonal reading as well, because that will kind of give you a scope of what is going to be happening during this season. And along with the Virgo seasonal readings, the solar enclosure reading, I'm also doing a lunar framework sessions, which essentially step by step shows us how we're moving through this season by following the moon. And that can kind of give us some more internalized view of what's going on and how to properly navigate this season to our greatest potential, and also along our ascension journey. I'm also doing personal readings as well. So if you're interested in having a one-on-one session with me, you can find the link for that in the description box and book your session online. And yeah, thank you so much. I hope that you guys, if you are new to the channel, that you do subscribe, and I would love for you to comment as well. I do love interacting with the people, the viewers, because, you know, it's always fun to meet someone new. Okay, enjoy your time, and I will see you next time.